Good morning. My name is Captain Lucas Bergman. I'm the EMS training captain at the Columbus Division of Fire. Welcome to the 2025 Paramedic Graduation Ceremony. Please stand for the presentation of colors by the Columbus Division of Fire Honor Guard.
Lift, face, post, colors. Prepare, post, post. Recover.
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Uniform turnout. Present up.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Up. Honor guard. Right. Face. Forward. March. Left. 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 Right. Left.
Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome Chaplain Firefighter Steve Carna to the podium for the invocation.
Good morning. Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this opportunity to gather here today to celebrate these newest graduates of the Columbus Fire Paramedic class. Thank you so much for your willingness to give us opportunity to receive this training and to serve others. Thank you for those that are becoming paramedics, that they're willing to serve others. Lord, thank you so much for all the skills and abilities that you have graciously given them. Thank you for all the support from their families, friends, instructors, and mentors. Please bless our time together today. Please fill these newest paramedic servants with compassion, courage, wisdom, and humility. Please protect them physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually from traumas and tragedies. Lord, thank you so much for your mercy and grace and blessings upon us every day. I pray that you will be with these servants as they serve the citizens of the city of Columbus. I pray that your word and your spirit will guide them. Your word tells us in the 12th chapter of Romans that because of your great mercy upon us, that we are to be living sacrifices for others, and that is our reasonable service. I pray that you'll be glorified through their work in the future, day in and day out, also through their dedication and service as they provide care, love, and compassion for the citizens of Columbus. Please fill these paramedics with comfort, the ability to console others, and provide care to our community. Please bless this day, bless our time together. In the name of Jesus and for his glory I pray, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Karna. I'd like to take a moment to introduce the dignitaries and executive staff sharing the stage today. Councilmember Emmanuel Remy, Deputy Director Michael Holleran, Assistant Chief David Ball, Assistant Chief James Sanson, Assistant Chief Tracy Smith, Medical Director Dr. Robert Lowe, Deputy Chief Christopher Kirschner, Battalion Chief Ben Bittler, Firefighter Division Chaplains Steve Karna and Joe Lorenz. Thank you all for your support. Next, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the families, friends, and loved ones that have supported these graduates throughout their paramedic program. For nearly 9 months, this program has consumed these graduates' lives. There's no doubt in my mind that without their support systems, they would not be where they are today. Graduates, please stand up, show your gratitude toward those who have supported you. You can be seated. I'd also like to thank the EMS and instructional staff, Medical Director Dr. Robert Lowe, Assistant Medical Directors Dr. Janine Curcio, Dr. Chelsea Kadish, and the EMS Fellows, EMS Education Manager Amy Rake, 1-unit Paramedic Instructor Jackie Wittenberger, 2-unit Paramedic Instructor Jim Rinaldi, Lab Coordinators Kelly Seamer and Judson Bates, Clinical Coordinator Amanda Runk, and the dozens of uniformed and civilian EMS instructors. All EMS instructional staff, please stand up and be recognized for your tireless efforts to ensure the success of these graduates. Graduates, I'm incredibly proud and honored to be here with you today. You've poured yourselves over textbooks, tirelessly practiced your skills, faced down the pressures of exams. You've earned the esteemed title of paramedic. Hold that title with pride. Respect your new role and the duty that it carries with it. You've learned not just skills, but resilience, compassion, the meaning of teamwork. You're entering a role that is challenging, it's demanding, but it's profoundly rewarding. There will be difficult days, but there will be far more days where you make a tangible difference, where you bring hope and where you save lives. Embrace this duty. Uphold the trust that's placed in you, and be compassionate. Carry the pride of your accomplishment and the weight of your duty with honor. At this time, I'd like to introduce City Council Member and Public Safety Chair, Emmanuel Remy.
Thank you very much, Captain. Get my notes out here. Good morning. My name is Emmanuel Remy, and it is a privilege to serve the residents of Columbus and an even greater honor to serve as your Public Safety Chair for the City of Columbus. Today, I'm proud to stand before you to celebrate the Columbus Division of Fire's graduating class of 2025. To each of you here sitting in uniform, congratulations. You've reached a remarkable milestone. After months of intense study, rigorous training, and personal sacrifice, you have successfully completed one of the most demanding EMS programs in this country. You should be deeply proud. But becoming a paramedic is more important than earning a certification. It's answering a call. It's choosing to be the steady hand in the storm, the calm voice in crisis, and the trained professional who runs towards an emergency while others are stepping back. Your role won't be easy. In the field, you'll be faced with high-stakes decisions, sometimes with lives in the balance. The gravity of that responsibility is real. But also, your preparation. You've been trained by the most elite EMS team that has instilled in you has instilled in you the skills, but judgment, professionalism, and resilience. Their lessons will walk with you on every call. As your public safety chair, I want to make a promise to you. I will continue to fight for you for the tools, resources, and support you need to do your job safely and effectively. You've chosen to serve this city, and it's our job to serve you in return. I am proud of each and every one of you. Columbus is fortunate to welcome you into the ranks of paramedics amongst our first responders. And I hope you remember this. The people of Columbus, they believe in you. They trust you. And they're counting on you to bring your training, your courage, and compassion to every call. So go forward with confidence. You are ready. I'd like to thank Chief Happ and Assistant Chief Sechrist, Battalion Chief Bittler, and everyone up here on this stage for helping you get there today. On behalf of my colleagues at Columbus City Council, congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you, and be safe.
Thank you, Councilmember Remy. At this time, I'd like to introduce Public Safety Deputy Director Michael Holleran.
Good morning. On behalf of Mayor Ginther, Public Safety Director Pisciotti, I want to sincerely congratulate you on what you've accomplished. It was about 20 years ago that I was sitting in your seat in May, graduating from paramedics class, and I've long said to anybody who will listen to this, I would much rather go through 3 years of law school again than I would 1 year of paramedics. I remember who spoke at my paramedic graduation, but I don't exactly remember everything that they said. So with that in mind, I'll try to be brief and hopefully give you a few remarks that I think have helped me throughout my career and hopefully will help you. First and foremost is to be curious, right? When you get done with a call, don't just end that call and walk away. Try to learn from it if you didn't understand something. Don't let today be the day that you know the most about your profession. Perfect your craft as long as you do this. The second thing is to embrace change. It's about to happen, and it will always continue to happen. 20 years ago, EMS was nothing like it is today, and 20 years from now, it will look entirely different. And then thirdly, keep perspective. This job I've seen chew people up. They've been unable to walk away from the day and go back to their family and enjoy their friends and their time at home. Keep perspective on what you're doing and make sure you keep things in the right place. Thank you very much for working hard over this past 9 months to a year. Thank you very much for what you're about to undertake. We all appreciate it, and we'll work as hard as we can to continue to give you the tools that you need to do your job effectively. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Director Holleran. At this time, I'd like to introduce Columbus Division of Fire Medical Director, Dr. Robert Lowe.
Well, good morning. On behalf of the fire chief, the executive staff, and all the training staff, congratulations first and foremost. So graduates, let's just take a deep breath. You did it. You're done. It's been a long road for sure, And in just a little over 9 months, you've accomplished a tremendous task. In fact, many tasks. You've done some 1,200 hours of class and clinical time. You as a group have done about 1,100 test questions, 3,500 EMS runs. You've started 1,600 IVs. It's been a path of whirlwind, but a promising and remarkable feat of dedication, endurance, and personal growth. We're gathered here today, all of us are gathered here today to congratulate you on a job well done, your families, your coworkers, and the administrative staff. And you've achieved the accomplishment of paramedic with the Columbus Division of Fire. It's a hefty title, paramedic. As a firefighter paramedic, you're in charge, you're making decisions, literally, potentially life-changing decisions each and every day you come to work. There are a few other assignments or certifications in the division that put this much responsibility on you and give you this much critical decision-making authority. For a department that sees 80 to 85% of its runs tied to EMS, you are the backbone of our operations, and we thank you for taking on that responsibility. The Columbus Fire Department, or what has become the Columbus Fire Department, has been around some 203 years, and that's a long history. We have a long history in EMS as well. Some of you may know that in 1969, Columbus partnered with Ohio State to do something called the Heartmobile. Columbus firefighters were taught to read EKGs, to administer cardiac medications, and in conjunction with physicians would deploy to heart attacks in the street. In about 3 years, the success of that program was so overwhelming and so successful that it laid the foundation for our ALS system today. By 1972, the role of a paramedic had literally been invented. It had been recognized by the state of Ohio, and all responsibility for emergency medical responses in the city were turned over to Columbus Fire. But did you know in 1972, Columbus had been doing EMS for about 33 years? That's right, we were doing EMS before it was even named EMS. In fact, we started doing EMS 17 years before CPR was invented. By the early 40s, we had a dedicated truck to first aid rescue. We had an inhalator on that truck, an early type of ventilator. By 1944, our EMS runs actually exceeded our fire runs. In 1967, we had a first aid team compete in a national competition that won the national title for first aid, the picture of which still hangs outside the CQ office today. I say all of this to ultimately say you join a very rich history of care and of excellence with the division. And normally this is the part where the speaker would tell you to honor that tradition, which we do, but also to implore upon you to carry on the torch. I have a slightly different charge for you today. You see, you've joined the ranks of paramedic at an extremely interesting time in EMS and really in healthcare in general. I'm excited for you. You may remember on day one, we talked about how rapidly medicine was changing and EMS was changing, and that each class that graduates has more knowledge placed upon them and more skill placed upon them than the previous classes. Today, the city of Columbus has more hospitals and more emergency departments and more people than at any time in its history. The role of EMS and that of a paramedic is expanding at a dizzying pace throughout our country. What has not changed, and in fact what has increased, is individuals in need. Individuals with faith that you will come and you will help them in their time of need, and you'll mitigate whatever level of emergency it is that they're experiencing that day. Over time, we naturally see changes in disease patterns and in populations. We see changes in things like stroke and heart disease and mental health, but the need of the individual remains. We are seeing new EMS capabilities throughout, some of which we've employed or instilled here at Columbus Fire, and some of which are on the horizon for us. Things like moving bleeding medications to the field and TXA, video intubation, even the talk of ultrasound or blood in the field. My hope for you then, my charge for you, is to help us chart a new path. As we build upon our history, let's make tomorrow even better than it was yesterday. And so with that, I say thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Lowe. At this time, I'd like to ask Deputy Director Holleran, Councilmember Remy, Dr. Lowe, and lead instructors Jackie Wittenberger and Jim Rinaldi to please rise for the presentation of certificates. Mason Besserer. Coleman Cheney. Jalen Cole. Delaney Connors. Scott Grove. Zach Hardy. Zachary Hazanakis. Una Martin. Thomas Patterson. Malik Riley. Michael Shiflett. Rachel Thomas. Brent Williamson. Craig Wolf. Haven Angel Perez. Richard Bond. Joel Bonzel. Dustin Center. Kenneth Freeman. Brandon Johnson. Tyler Kuhn. Claudia Perryman. Cody Plank. Corey Rickman. Bryce Roten. Kyle Sloan. Sharice Woodward. Please join me in one more round of applause for these paramedic graduates. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce the one-unit class speaker, Thomas Patterson.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Firefighter Thomas Patterson, and I have the honor of speaking on behalf of my class at today's graduation ceremony. First, I'd like to extend our sincere thanks to the fire officers and city leadership that have joined us today. Your presence, it means a great deal to us. I also want to thank our fellow firefighters and first responders in attendance. It is a privilege to have you here. To our families, thank you. Over these past 8 months, you've supported us through challenging curriculum that is paramedic school. Speaking from my own experience, sacrifices were made to prepare and study for class, and I know my classmates did the same. That effort often increased burdens at the home, burdens you helped carry. Your support was essential, and we are deeply grateful for your support. Paramedic school is a demanding journey. Becoming a paramedic is no small feat. We are now among the highest trained professionals in the pre-hospital care. With that training comes an increase in responsibility. We are the primary decision makers when it comes to patient care. That is a serious charge, and one we did not take lightly. In choosing this path, my classmates and I have demonstrated a shared commitment to serve the citizens of this city with skill, integrity, and compassion. It takes a kind of drive, or takes a special kind of drive to take on that level of responsibility, and I have no doubt that we are ready. Now, to my classmates, I want to say congratulations. I know we'll all look back on our time at paramedic school and over the course of our careers with a mix of pride, but let's be honest, we're all glad it's over. We made it. Taking on the mantle of paramedic brings on a unique kind of pressure and stress. At times, that stress will be heavy. When it is, lean on your families, your friends, and your fellow firefighters. Do not try to carry it alone. Resist the cynicism and frustration that can creep in over time, because when you suffer, your patient care will suffer. Be mindful of that. Do not lose sight of our ultimate responsibility, patient care and advocacy. Take a moment now and soak this all in. Remember this feeling of accomplishment and reaching this goal, of stepping into the higher role of responsibility. Hold on to this sense of pride and excitement. Let it anchor you when times are hard. And if you ever feel overwhelmed, do not hesitate to reach out. Lastly, I want to leave you with this. At Eglin Air Force Base, there is a memorial to my explosive ordnance disposal brothers and sisters. On those hallowed grounds, there lays a brick that I've remembered for the last 15 years of my military career. Inscribed on it is a simple but profound saying. It reads, "Some can, some can't. Some will, some won't. But thank God for those that do." Congratulations, class. I'm proud of each of you. Thank you for allowing me to be the honor of your speaker today.
Thank you, Firefighter Patterson. At this time, I'd like to introduce the 2-unit class speaker, Dustin Center.
You guys ready to party? No one's ever asked me to be a class speaker before, or speak in public. They usually ask me not to. But good morning, Columbus, proud families, friends, and my fellow graduates. Today we stand at the threshold of an extraordinary calling, one that demands courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to save lives. As we celebrate this milestone, I want to reflect on our journey, honor those who got us here, and look forward to the impact we'll make as paramedics. When we began this program, we were a group of dreamers with a shared goal, to make a difference in the moments of a crisis. The road wasn't easy. We endured countless hours of study, grueling simulations, and sleepless nights. We memorized protocols, practiced skills until our hands were steady, and learned to think clearly when chaos surrounds us. But more than that, we've grown into a family, supporting each other through every challenge. To my classmates, you've been my strength, my inspiration, and reminder that we're never in this alone. We did not just get here by ourselves. To our instructors, thank you for your patience, your tough love, and your belief in us, even when we doubted ourselves. You didn't just teach us skills, you shaped us into professionals ready to face the unpredictable. To our families and friends, your sacrifices, missed dinners, late night encouragement, and unwavering support made this possible. You are the heartbeat behind our success, and we are endlessly grateful. As paramedics, we're stepping into a new world that needs us now more than ever. We'll be the first on scene, the calm in the storm, the hands that hold hope when all else seems lost. Our job isn't just about sirens and stretchers, it's about humanity. It's about looking into the eyes of a stranger and saying, "I'm here, I'm not giving up on you." Whether it's a child struggling to breathe, a parent in a car wreck, or an elderly person who has fallen, we will be there, bringing skill and heart to every call. But let's be real, there will be tough days, calls that stay with us, moments that test our resolve, and those times, remember why you are here. Remember the lives you'll touch, the families you'll comfort, and the difference only you can make. Lean on your training, your team, and the passion that brought you to this stage. You are ready, not just because of what you've learned, but because of who you have become. As we leave here today, let's carry a promise to serve with integrity, to never stop learning, and to honor this profession with every life we save. The world is waiting for us, and we're ready to answer the call. So class of 2025, let's go out there and be the heroes our community wants us to be. Congratulations, paramedics. Today is your day. You're off to great places like Grant, Riverside, and OSU, Maine. You got your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, and be nice to those patients that you treat. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Firefighter Center. At this time, I'd like to introduce lead paramedic instructors Jim Rinaldi and Jackie Wittenberger for presentation of awards.
Good morning. Thank everyone for being here to support these graduates and all the hard work they've put in over the last 9 months. With each graduating class, academic excellence is recognized by selecting a valedictorian and salutatorian. And those two students are, the valedictorian is the student that has the highest grade point average at the end of the course, and the salutatorian is the student that has the second highest grade point average over the course of the year. The 2 unit students ran neck and neck the entire year within 1 percentage point the entire program. One would get slightly ahead, and then the other one would get slightly ahead, and they constantly staggered back and forth. I'm happy to announce the 2 unit class of 2025 valedictorian with a final grade point average of 95.15% is Corey Rickman. Class of 2025 2-unit salutatorian with a final grade point average of 94.78% is Kenneth Freeman.
Good morning. In the 1-unit class, we had an overall average of 90.5 for the entire year, so we had a tough race throughout the whole thing. But at the end of the day, the person who took no prisoners on any testing or any practical at all ended up with an overall GPA of 97.94%, and that was firefighter Una Martin. The 2025 1-unit salutatorian with a very close grade of 96.5%, Mr. Thomas Patterson.
Thank you, instructors Rinaldi and Wittenberger. We have one more award to present. I'd like to introduce retired captain and current EMS instructor, Captain Scott Crummell.
Well, good morning, everybody. Like Luke said, my name is Scott Crummell. I retired about 4.5 years ago, and I'm now on the civilian staff. So it's an honor to be here today and be again involved in the James B. Evans Leadership Award to this year 2 outstanding paramedic students because of the 2 classes. Jim started his career at Delaware County EMS in 1983. 1985, he joined Columbus Fire, all right, and retired in 2015. Jim was a leader in EMS, especially in education. He was probably the best pre-hospital caregiver I ever had the pleasure to work with. So for many years, over 30 years, his influence influenced students at Columbus State, students here, students pretty much all over Central Ohio. Even after retirement, he continued to work with students and in education. He worked for Central Ohio Trauma Services, was very involved at Columbus State and the Rotor Wing services here in Central Ohio. When I came out of medic school many, many years ago, I had the pleasure to work with Jim. He was a great mentor. We became friends, all right, and for friendship that lasted for years. Probably the one thing that he was always looking to learn, turn that education into leadership, and just was always looking out for everybody. There was times in the days on Medic 1, old times when there was 3 of us on the Medic, and he would say, come on, we're going to a lecture at OSU. Get in the truck, we're going to, and we'd go sit in a lecture. And he would take that knowledge and then turn around and pass it throughout the other medics in the city, the Columbus State folks and all that. Always looking to learn and subsequently lead. Once again, a dedicated instructor, influencing hundreds of students between here and Columbus State. And then even after his retirement in 2015, he stayed involved in EMS education and leadership, not necessarily on the street anymore, but he was one of the founders of the Columbus Firefighters Foundation through the union, which helps many, many people throughout the year. He once again worked at COTS, Central Ohio Trauma Services, and continuing to lead, set the standard, and just, you know, he was into it, all right? Jim tragically passed away suddenly in December of 2019, and a couple years ago, the EMS staff said, let's try to do something to try to remember Jim. So this is will be the 3rd and 4th opportunity to hand out the James B. Evans Leadership Award. With us today is some family members, and his son Ian's going to come up and help with the presentation. Ian recently graduated as a paramedic, following in his father's footsteps from Columbus State last fall. So Ian, come on up. Do you want me to read the names off? Or you want to? Okay. So start right there.
First off, I just want to say congratulations to all of you guys, and thank you for everyone who was able to attend. Even though I grew up around EMS and pre-hospital care my entire life, I think I definitely have a newfound respect and appreciation for all the work it takes to get to this point. And all the long nights and hard days that I've gone through and all of you have been through. It's definitely worth it, and especially thank you to all of the families who are here to support and have continued to support all of you guys through this journey. So once again, congratulations. And you moved from the front seat to the back seat now. So it's a big deal. So the recipient of the 1 unit award goes to firefighter paramedic Zach Hazanakis. And to the 2 unit class, the award goes to firefighter paramedic Kyle Sloan.
So congratulations, guys. Their names will be put on a plaque at the end of the hallway back there, and job well done.
Thank you, Captain Crummell and Ian. Please welcome Chaplain Firefighter Joe Lorenz to the podium for the benediction.
Congratulations. Well done. It's an honor. What an honor. First of all, in this capacity, one, it's an honor to celebrate what you have accomplished, your sacrifice, your commitment to this time. And it is also an honor to have you back on the street to serve in this capacity. I'd like to encourage you with one thought as we move forward in this next wonderful time of your career. You are called to make a difference. And though you may not recognize the difference that you make on a daily basis, perhaps the intervention that you bring may extend the opportunity for someone to either discover or to fulfill their God-given purpose in this life. You are called to make a difference. Will you please join with me? I encourage you to bow your head with me as we close in prayer today. Lord, here stand these who have risen to answer the call and have said, "Here am I, send me." They are trained and they are equipped to serve this city, to be solutions to the needs, and to be stewards of their trust. They are trained and they are equipped, and they are ready. Now, Lord, bless them with safety and security, protection on the streets. Bless them with wisdom and insight, with the abundance of recall of all that they have been faithful to study and to practice. Let them be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Bless them with the ability to make a difference. Lord, protect them. Bless them. Grace them with the ministry of presence to bring safety and peace and to bring to every environment that they have a sense of security. Lord, I pray that you surround them with people who will feed their passion, those who will share their passion, and those who will catch their passion. As I've seen in many years, that those who have served with a courage and a faithfulness as a paramedic have encouraged the next generation to rise and serve in that role. Now, Lord, I also ask that you protect them from people and circumstances that will only serve to drain their passion. Lord, I speak to the years ahead. The Lord, when circumstances may arise that may cause them to burn out, I pray, Lord, that you would bless them with a fire to burn on. Bless them with strength. Bless them with the gift of rest and replenish their strength. And Lord, when times get tough, when times get hard, Lord, let the resolve that they are making a difference, let that rise to the surface. And Lord, I just thank you for giving them daily, replenishing them, and giving them a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment. Lord, I just pray, Lord, that the years ahead of them would be a blessing to them, and be a blessing to those with us on the street, be a blessing to their families, and a blessing to the community. Lord, your word says in Psalm 15, the one who takes an oath of commitment Even when it hurts and does not change their mind, this one will not be shaken. And I pray, Lord, that you would bind to their hearts and their minds this level of resolve, that, Lord, they can make that difference that they are called to bring. Now, Lord, bless them and keep them. Make your face shine upon them and be gracious to them. Lord, lift up your countenance upon them and give them peace. And I ask this and I thank you for this in the name of Jesus. Amen. Congratulations once again. God bless you.
This concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of Fire Chief Jeffrey Happ, the entire Columbus Division of Fire, we thank you all for attending. Feel free to spend time with your families, get some pictures, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.